I didn't realize it started recording, but I guess that's my sign to go ahead and start talking. Cause sometimes I overthink um about what God want me to say, bro. Cause it be hard. Cause sometimes I be like, yo, I need to say this, and then I don't want my flesh to be a part of the message God has for me at all. Like I just want the truth to be revealed. Um and that truth don't necessarily have to come through me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I haven't been on here for the last 2 weeks, because I'm like, yo, is the truth really supposed to come through me, or do it have to come through me? Not, it's like, you kind of go through that little battle where you like, God, why do it have to come through me though? Like, why can't it just be, you know? And he's just been really dealing with my heart for real, because I've been seeking out truth for a very long time. And I know in this world, man, when you look at this world, there's so much going on in this world. It's so much that we've been indoctrinated on. It's so many traditions that we've been um, built on and grown up in, and things like that, to the point where you just realize that, you know, people have put a limit on God in this life. You know what I'm saying? In this realm, in this dimension that we living in. They have put a God in a bubble and God in a box of their own understanding. And I'm just like, nah, I don't want to. Me personally, I don't want to serve a God that I can fully understand, because that means that my understanding is the ultimate understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I've arrived type thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think we seeing a lot of that in this world, where we see a lot of platforms being built and rising up at this time because of social media and because of different things, where we think that these leaders are the the know-it-alls of God. You know what I'm saying? The know-it-alls of who God is. And I think that just limits God to a lot of people. Excuse me, because a lot of people are in a place where they don't feel like God is present. A lot of people right now in this world are in a place where they don't feel like God is available to them. You know what I'm saying? Or that God looks a certain type of way because of what we've seen on mainstream or on social media platforms, what we've seen from other people. And God don't look like me. God don't God is not where I am. Is what's going in and through a lot of people's head because of the presentation of God, for real, man. But God has really been dealing like in my heart, because that bothers me, because men have given God a presentation. Men have presented God in a way that hinders other people from coming in to receive him, and to even be relatable to receiving him, like to be relatable to coming into him from where they are. And it kind of pushes you away from him rather than draws you into him, because now what you see God as, being presented in his world can't be related, or you can't reflect. It's no reflection there. You know what I'm saying? When you look in the mirror and you see your reflection, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not familiar. You don't see a familiar reflection. And we also have to be careful with the reflection, of course, because some things that the enemy use, that is very deceptive, because if the reflection looks identical to us, we think that our way is the way. But you know it's people that's being grown up right now, that is being grown up in truth, that look like you and that talk like you. But at the end of the day, I think what God is really want in us to do is to come and seek him diligently in truth. Like, to really seek him out in truth for real. Like, take off all of us all of tradition, all of indoctrination, all of propaganda, all of everything that this world has built us on, all of the systems, and things like that the world has built us on, the world has put on our table and told us that it was so important to actually come search for him, to actually come seek him out. And I think the only really way that we can truly seek God out for real is going through a period of isolation to hear the stillness of his voice. Not necessarily going through a period of isolation where it just puts you in a place of rebellion, but going through an isolation where you just like submissive and in a state of surrender to hearing the truth in his voice. And being able to not only listen to what you internalize, but also listen to what other people are internalizing that God has revealed to them. And sometimes when people don't look like us, we tend to turn them off and tune them out because they may not appear to look a certain way. Oh, that's not of God. But I would challenge anybody who truly say they believe in God, that do you really think that any living thing in this world, because all things God created are good, any living thing in this world cannot be used by God? If God used a burning bush, God used a donkey, everybody that God really used in the Bible was they was human beings. Let's just keep it simplified, because everybody literally was in sin in the Bible but Jesus Christ. Okay? And when he used David after David killed Uriah, and you like, yo, that's a murderer. You know what I'm saying? He used Saul. You know what I'm saying? He used Paul after killing Christians. Like, yo, this is a murderer. He's killing your people type thing. Why do we get in our head in this day and age in 2025 and think that God can't use us in our imperfections? You know what I'm saying? And that God can't use us in the small sins that we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we have become so, and this is for the body of Christ, in the ways of man, that we have built this idea of who God is on. We have internalized our ideal and our perception of who God is because of how righteous we live, and how right we are. But righteousness and living with righteousness is good. But righteousness does not put you on a pedestal above other people that's dealing with sin for real, and that really want to seek God in real life, in real time, and really want to seek truth. Righteousness does not take you and put you on a pedestal and put you above anybody just because you choose to live righteous. Don't get me misconstrued now. Because anytime you love God, you'll do what is right according to what he's telling you that is right in that moment, in that time. You'll try your best to submit to righteousness, right? But at the end of the day, don't allow righteousness, the choice of your righteousness, to put you on a pedestal above somebody else and bring judgment to other people based off the fact that you're righteous. Because God used so many unrighteous people in that Bible. If that's what you basing God off of, for real, if you really truly basing God off of the Bible, the Holy Bible, the book, the scriptures, God used so many unrighteous people in that Bible. So we can't get to a place where we're looking at people in their walk in life and don't think that God can show up in their life and actually use them. You know what I'm saying? And he might not be, you might be looking at somebody like, oh, yo, he ain't being used. He's not being used. He's not being used. But you have no idea. You have no idea how God is using that person and what that person has submitted themselves to. But we will scale other people and weigh other people according to our lifestyle. And that is unfair. That is unfair. Because now you have become the symbol of the love of God. It's only one symbol of the love of God. It's only one being of the love of God that we should be looking to. And that's Jesus Christ. I cannot put myself on the pedestal and tell you to jump higher to my liking. Jump higher to who I am and what I portray to be. I can't do that. That's unfair. You don't give people the ability to walk in the power and in the love of God and the compassion of God and who He is. We gotta come out of agreement with the devices of the enemy that is holding other people in bondage based off of our own idea of how they should be walking and how they should be looking. Because at the end of the day, if we were to judge anybody in that Bible, the prostitutes, woman at the well, the David, Saul, anybody in the Bible, according to how they were living in the season that they were living in, then we would be contradicting how God is able to use people. For real. So that was heavy. But I encourage you, and this is for people that's walking and want truth, and you are out here truly struggling with life, trying to figure out what is going on. Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to go through this? Why, is my life the way it is? Why don't I have it easy as it appears to be for others? Don't get fooled by appearance. Okay? Don't get fooled by appearance. Because appearance is an outward man. What you internalize is the inward. What you allow your brain to process is exactly where the devil gonna play in your head at. So I just encourage you to stand firm in truth. Stand firm to seek diligently truth. And do not be afraid to ask questions. Get by yourself and ask God questions. Because I guarantee you, when you open up your mouth and you really have the heart of truth and you like, yo, Lord, I just want truth. I just want why, what, how is this possible for me to know you? And I've been through all of this and I've been through all of that. And this is pulling me and that is pulling me. And it's all trying to weigh me down and pull me down. I guarantee you, He will literally show up. But we got to be willing to shed off ourselves. And a part of shedding off ourselves is simply saying this world is an illusion. And everything in it is an illusion. And just because things don't look like I feel like they should look around me does not mean that you're not in the workings. You know what I'm saying? I have to look at life in a way that, just the breath in my body alone is a blessing. And I hope that makes sense, and you can, for whoever it's for, you can understand where I'm coming from, because the breath in your body alone is a blessing. It gives you the ability to continually seek diligently the truth. Just breathing alone. It's just how amazing God is. Like, just your breath alone is a blessing. Your breath alone. And your breath alone gives you authority in this land. Let's be real. You still got authority right here in this land if you breathe in. The enemy job is to get you to think that you don't have authority. But I encourage you that you got authority. He's been defeated. It's been defeated. What's coming up in your head? It's not real. The illusion, well, not the illusion, but the bitterness, the envy, the resentment, the hatred, the doubt, the fear, it's all an illusion. It's not real. He has been defeated. That's all I got. I love y'all for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? I do. You know, and my life definitely ain't perfect, but I'm going to tell you this. Every day that I live, I am just so grateful that I get another day of breath. And God is able to use everything that's going on around me to pull layers of who He is back. Because sometimes we get so placed to a place so high of righteousness, our own self-righteousness, what we call righteousness, and we're still very much sinners. Because you in this flesh, you a sinner. Let's just keep it real. We get so high to a place where we think, oh yeah, but and you think you know God, like you think you know Him, but each and every day God revealed to me, like, you will never know all of me. That Bible can't tell you all of me. Unless you talk to every single person in this world that's alive and breathing, you will never know all of me. You'll never know all of me. Because I am able to use every single thing that is living and breathing in this world, that has life in this world. I am able to use that. And unless you are able to align yourself with every single living thing in this world, every single living thing in this world, all the way down to the depths of the ocean, you will never know all of me. And I'm submissive to that. And I surrender to that, so it gives me the ability to move freely in my life. Freely in my life, in the unknown, and build trust with God. And build trust in God, I should have said. All right. So I love y'all. Peace out.